Ammar Habib Khan, in this week's edition of Dawn's Business Finance Weekly, unpacks the inflation and wage crisis in Pakistan. Over the last 5 years, food prices in Pakistan have gone up by more than 114%, with an annual increase of about 22%. This is higher than the overall inflation rate. Food inflation has a big impact on wages because food makes up over 47% of the spending for the poorest households and 44.5% for the next poorest group, according to the 2018-19 Household Integrated Economic Survey. Since nearly half of a household's income goes to food, there's less money left for other essentials like health and education. So, controlling food inflation and stabilizing prices are crucial to help families spend more on other needs. Looking at the spending habits of the poorest groups, about 28% of their food budget goes to dairy products and poultry, 15% to cereals, 9% to vegetables, and 7.5% to edible oils. The price of wheat has gone up significantly due to a distorted pricing system and the devaluation of the rupee, despite local production. Poor households are most affected by the weakening rupee, even though basic foods are produced locally. The same goes for dairy products and poultry, as their feed is often imported. Import bans have led to sharp price increases in these items. Because of these market distortions, the poorest households are most vulnerable to changes in the rupee's value. Edible oil is mostly imported, making its price susceptible to currency fluctuations. When food inflation takes hold, supply chain issues make it worse. For example, tomato prices have fluctuated between rupees 120 and 40 per kg over the last 15 months due to supply constraints. Using strict monetary policy to control food inflation can reduce demand and caloric intake. Instead, improving supply chain yields and storage solutions is necessary. Reactionary price controls often backfire, causing surpluses to be smuggled or wasted, hurting consumers either way. In 2018-19, a household in the poorest group spent rupees 10,095 per month on food, which was 58% of the minimum wage. Adjusted for food inflation, this amount would now be rupees 21,690 or 68% of the minimum wage. Food spending now takes up 68% of the income for the poorest households or those earning minimum wage. To improve purchasing power, food prices, which make up nearly half of poor people's households spending, must be stabilized and disconnected from the weakening rupee through better yields, supply chains, and market access. Inflation's impact on food prices reduces funds available for health, education, and other needs, while also cutting calorie intake. Food security should focus not just on local production but also on affordability. Even basic staples are priced close to import levels, making them unaffordable for many. Stabilizing food prices requires comprehensive agricultural reforms. Policies should address the cost of inputs to stabilize prices and reduce inflation volatility. Improving storage, adopting market-oriented pricing, and encouraging import substitution can help break the link between currency depreciation and food prices. The long-term goal should be to keep food inflation low and gradually reduce the share of food expenses in household incomes. This would free up money for families to save and spend on other areas, improving their overall lifestyle. Food inflation should be viewed through the lens of household spending. Stabilizing food prices stabilizes household budgets, while strict monetary policies can reduce demand and calorie intake. Supply-side interventions can improve and make calorie consumption more affordable.